Good morning. Um, it's good to meet you again. For a while, I've not been coming online because of one or two reasons, but I would like to say I'm back. My name is Pastor Paul Allieu Kamara, a professor of leadership development from University of Rudolph Kwanue University. Your usual coach who is dedicated to leading the process of coaching, especially in the area of organizational development. Today, we have an interesting topic I would like us to look at. And the topic we'll be dealing with this morning has to do with strategic change management, but we'll be looking at strategic directives. So we are dealing with change and shifting of management from the 80s to the 90s. We all know that there have been shift and major changes which have shaped the world during the 80s and 90s. And those changes are from industrial society to information society, from first technology to high tech or high touch, from national economy to world economy, from short term to long term. We have seen change or shift from centralization to decentralization, and from industrialization to self-help or institutionalization to self-help, democracy to participatory democracies, hierarchies to networking, the south-south to southeast. We look at multiple options in the modern day shift of organizational trend. And this also continued with the global booming from the 90s, the reminiscence of the art, the emergence of free market socialization, the global lifestyle, the cultural and nationalism, the privatization to a welfare state, the rise of the Pacific Rim, the decade of women in leadership, the age of biology and religion. We are, as we know, such issues are very important to look at and to see what are the new trend, or what is the new trend, and how do we shift to meet the new trend, and what kind of leadership structure, what kind of organizational style, methods that we are to begin to look at so we can be able to get ourselves to the emergence of the 21st century form of organizational development. It is believed that this new trend will shape the 21st century and will have influence on the important element of human lives. In other words, the millennium trend of the 90s will influence the important element of our lives career and job decisions inclusive of traveling, business, and investment choices, places to live, and children education. As such, the new paradigm shift in the world requires a new leadership and organizational understanding. This shift, this new shift and changes are central to the new leadership and strategic organization and have been studied by distinctive or distinguished leading minds, scholars in the business world. The central theme that scholars focus on is the rapid change and uncertainties surrounding our modern organizations, planning rapid adoptions to this unexpected change, and the model of building a new leadership system that is required to answer to the 21st century emergence that is rapidly growing now around the world. The traditional leadership theories emphasizes the importance, or the traditional leadership theories emphasized the importance of leaders or leader effect on follower cognition, leadership enforcement behavior, as well as leader and followers exchange relationship. Historically, leaders have controlled, leaders have control rather than organized, administer, repression rather than expression, and held their followers in arrestment rather than in evolution. Obviously, what both organizations and society need is a transformational leadership system or transformational leader who will be able to carry out and lead the strategic organization and societies, as well as meeting the expectation of the 21st century bride. What am I trying to do on this subsequent YouTube teachings is to try and highlight some of the values, visions, and beliefs of organizations that have to be reevaluated and reinstated with new leadership, form of design, the vision of any type of institution can turn, or how we can turn the vision of any institution into reality in order for us to fit into the new paradigm of shift in the 21st century from industrial world. So this new paradigm is a real one. It is obvious that shaping and predicting the future requires strong relationship and flexible strategic plans for making plans change and overcoming uncertainty that strategic organizations will face in the future. Again, with rapid and uncertain change in organizational environment, new leadership is required. And that brings me to the department, to the department I work or I teach in the Rudolph Kwanue University in the OD sector, the organizational development sector,